The Crew 2 is Ubisoft's latest racing game. From its trailers, we have known that the new game will feature races not just on the land, but on water and in the air. As someone who have played the Crew 1, I am very excited to get my hands on the game. Now, after clocking almost 24 hours of game time in official release, here is my review for the Crew 2. The Crew series puts a lot of emphasis on the open world racing, and I'm really happy that Ubisoft has brought back the miniature United States from the Crew 1. This is the game where you can pretend driving all the way from Miami to Los Angeles. What has changed in the Crew 2 is the story. Gone is the Hollywood-style revenge-seeking movie plot. The Crew 2 is all about mimicking real-world motorsports, where you as a rookie driver slowly climb up the motorsport stardom.
Trust me. Just show the world what you've got in this one. You'll get followers like that. Run a good race, and you'll find your options and your followers increasing.
We'll give it our best.
Hero, my friend. I don't want your best. I want legendary badassdom.
With that being said, the game is filled with social media vibe and everything you do is to gain more followers.
Cool, it is official, my friend. We have made the big time.
The story becomes non-linear and the player gets to choose whatever race they like, and the story would just progress along with it. The bad thing is, the story has less impact, and oh god, it is cringy and makes zero sense at all. Throughout the game, there are a few supporting characters telling you how to win the race and how skillful your rival is. By all means, that is perfectly normal. But the problem lies within the rival, him or herself. The character lacks of personality. The character development is close to none, to a point that I can't even recognize or remember the face of my rivals. I can tell you it makes a whole lot of difference. You know, Razor from Need for Speed Most Wanted, the guy who rigged your M3 GTR and took away your pink slip. I can still remember his face until today. He has a good backstory, and the whole interaction with him is the motivation for me to get better in the race so that I can win back my ride.
Get behind the wheel and let's see what you got.
Now back to the gameplay. The key highlight of the Crew 2 is no other than the ability to race on the ground, water and in the air. That means the game has a ton of different playing styles. There are more than 10 categories or disciplines of races shared among the 3 different area races.
Street racers, off-road, pro racing, freestyle. We could take a test run with any of them. Or if you ask me, do them all. Pick which one you want to try first and let's go. My friend, welcome to the Motor Nation.
As an open world game, races and challenges can be found in most of the cities and point of interest. Just some of them are spread out way too far. The good thing is, the player can instantly start the race from anywhere through the game menu or map. The downside is that, even with all those new disciplines, the problem lies in the lack of races for each discipline. The supercar discipline only has 4 races. Yes, I understand there are a lot of other activities other than races, but 4 is just ridiculous. The arcade gameplay means that you get to do all sort of crazy stunts with abundant of nitrous boost. The most interesting feature of the game is you can instantly switch from car to plane or the boat, and that is really cool. The game has also incorporated all the 3 ground, water and air races into one single event, and they call it Extreme Race. It is something like triathlon but for motorsports, where you race 1/3 of the course in a car, another 1/3 in a boat and the rest in a plane. This is the first of its kind, and I hope Ubisoft will include more than 4 races in the coming future update.
This is how it is these days. Just being a good pilot isn't enough anymore. You've got to shine on and off the course, staying sharp on the social media side.
In terms of graphics, the car looks amazing and the tracks are pretty decent. However, the background details and the characters modeling is not something I would describe as good. If this game is a first iteration, then I won't be complaining about all these aspects. But if I were to compare it to the Crew 1, I would say the Crew 1 did way better job in the building details and the character modeling. I mean, while the Crew 1 has great background details and nice looking characters with CG cutscenes, but none of those are in the Crew 2. Oh wait, the Crew 2, they do have a really amazing trailer video.
Hey, here's your chance.
But compare it to the actual gameplay, I mean, expectations and reality. Other than that, I really want to highlight this. The side and rear view mirrors are still not working. And the developer's answer to this is due to the processing power limitation. Okay, fine. The control is good as it supports keyboards, gamepads as well as racing wheels. I mean, pedal and wheels are great for racing games, but for the Crew 2, since there is boat racing and air races, the wheel is not 100% suitable for some of the races. That's why I kept a gamepad handy so that I can switch the control depending on the race type. Diving deeper into the game mechanics, the game employs loot drop system for the vehicle part upgrades. That is very similar to the Crew 1. But I do hope that the game allows users to purchase up to a certain level of parts and leave those exclusive parts as loots. Otherwise, players will have to repeat the same mission and grind for parts. This RPG aspect is unnecessary here. Then again, the upgrade parts are pretty boring. Even though there is professional tuning options available, but honestly speaking, I can just install the part with biggest performance number and I'll immediately feel the difference. Moving on to another key highlight of the Crew series, online multiplayer function. That's why it is called the Crew. You gather your team and race. Right now you can interact with other players and race in different events. And that is pretty much what you can do right now because PvP will only be available at the end of 2018. So maybe we can expect a newly developed PvP lobby and gameplay options. To conclude our review for the Crew 2, I personally think that the game itself is an unfinished product. I get the idea of putting down the concept first, then slowly work it out from there. If the new content comes as free update patches, by all means, but paid DLCs, no thanks. Overall, even with all those shortcomings, the game itself do have a couple of good points. For instance, the bold decision of including boat and air race into the recipe, alongside with the arcade style racing, it offers a whole lot of crazy and exciting gameplay options which you probably cannot find in some other games. So what did you guys think of this game? Like this video if you like our review for the Crew 2, subscribe for more videos like this. I'm John with Tech Creator. I'll see you guys in the next one.
You're starting to make me look bad.